Well, we're trying something new today. Two new things, actually. One, I got a phone holder thing. So look, both my hands. Somebody sent me a nice little extender holder thing for my camera. So I need to thank him very much for doing that, because it arrived and I'm using it right now. I'm having to work with it to make it hold it so I can actually see the screen, but it works. The second thing we're doing that's new is a new watch day. It's very, very rare that I get an actual brand new watch, like a brand new watch from Seiko. I think in the whole time I've been doing this, I've bought 5 new watches. I think might be 4. The last new one I got was last year. Was a year ago. It was my Sun 019, Sun 0119, and I wear this as my walking running watch. It's great. A little too big, but I think the watch itself is awesome. Anyway, but this was last year. That was last January. So it was last, it was last January. So we're at about this time. So it's been a year since I got a brand new watch. This showed up today. Just came in actually about 20 minutes ago. Of course, I picked a knife that's all kinds of dull. Try this again. Ooh, bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. My goodness. I'm serious about their bubble wrap. When I was a kid growing up, my dad, who was frugal, would always make us save, on Christmas morning, would always make us save the wrapping paper. It's a hard habit to break. It always hurts my heart to destroy packing material. Okay. Look at that. They even filled out the card. Watch is 88. There it is. Seiko Prospect. Seiko. Box is a little squished. Yeah, keep these things out of, not that I'm ever going to use it again, but come on. There we are. Padding. Well, let's see what's in there. It's an SRP775. Oh my gosh, look, and it's running. Isn't that cool? Look, it's running. Ah, it's a big old bracelet. Boy, I'm gonna have to put that on rubber. I'm not a fan of really bulky bracelets. It's the reason I took the SU-19 off its bracelet, because it was like a manacle. It was amazing how big it was. Okay. Well, they gave me lots of this wrapping material. I always like this stuff. It's always so fun. So fun to play with. I can't believe there's one here. I never thought this day was going to come. Can't believe Seiko actually reissued one of these. Yeah. It's got the faintly misaligned, people have been talking about this, the chapter rings being faintly misaligned. And you see it's a little misaligned right there. A little misaligned here. This is my theory on these is that they basically, Seiko was very smart. Hang on just one second. My theory was that instead of creating a whole new watch, all Seiko did was basically take the SKX007 or something similar, an SKX watch, and they changed the file for the outside for the case. got a different size billet and machined that out, because the movement here, which is a 4036, will drop directly into a 7S36K. So, I mean, they're the same basic movement. The only thing that's different besides the hacking and the hand winding is the stem. And so I'm assuming they're using the same chapter ring alignment, which is a little button on the underneath of the chapter ring right here, 12, that drops into a hole, and it's not a real tight fit. So they tend to move a little bit, and one can, with effort, realign them. Isn't that something? Anyway, so the king is dead. Long live the king. I got this model because it's I wanted something that was close to the 6309 this is based on, but stood out, was on its own model. And I just think the gold and the black are a really nice combination. I mean, and there's a lot to be said for the gold and black. It's very much a Seiko thing. 6159, 7549 tuna. So there's that color. There's that color match. Good stuff. Let's see now. So we're going to do something else too. Let me get this out of here. Do my first side-by-side. Would you stop moving? So there it is, side by side. This is a very, very, very early Suwa, non-Suwa. I'm sorry, it's a very, very, very late Suwa. Incredibly late Suwa, almost the final month that they were made. So by this point, it had already been, production had already been transferred to Hong Kong. And so, but it's still, it's sort of the best of both worlds. It's got the later excellent non-Suwa movement, but it's got the Suwa dial, which is cool, even though it's got the shallow day window. They got the case lines, the sharp case lines pretty well. Of course, they're using this sort of blurry looking rotating ring instead of, one of my favorite things about the 6309 is the beautiful sharp machining on the rotating ring. Just really, 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 it's one of my favorite. This is my favorite variant too. There are two variants of this. So this has this sort of blurry look to it. The dial is really standout. It's nice. A lot of people complain about all the dial text. They say, oh, well, the 6309 dial text is much prettier. And I agree, it's nice. But this is so much better than like the Marine Master text, which was just so busy. One of the things I like about this, hey, look, it hacks. One of the things I like about this, let me take it back, is, and there's the hand winding. I have a problem with symmetry and with threes, the number 3. See the symmetry, the beautiful symmetry, 3 lines. You compare it to the Marine Master, where it's 4 lines of text in varying sizes, and it's just a mess. I sold my Marine Master because the text bothered me so much. I just couldn't take it. I mean, you compare it to this 6159, again, 3 lines of text. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's one of the reasons this watch is so beautiful. And this is nice, 1 and 3, that's good. So you've got your odd numbers, which is also another problem of mine, odd numbers. Should be, yep, single direction. So we've got our hand winding. Let's check our date setting. Come on. Trying to be gentle here. Finding that middle set is always interesting. Today's the 11th, and it is Tuesday, so I don't have to do anything with that. I'm not going to set the time right now. Whenever I do a screw down crown, by the way, I push in and I turn backwards until I feel the click, and then I screw it down. Okay, so we've wound it. What we're going to do right now, we're going to put it on the time grapher, and we're going to see what the numbers say. So hang on. By the way, whoever made this, and I'm sorry I can't read it and it's upside down, thank you. Okay, here we are. It is running, and we have not started it yet. So you and I, we're all going to see this together. Brand new, brand new. You saw me wind it up. Here we go. Flat line, little deviation. Of course, the watch is brand new. This is the correct. $239, $238. Now, typically, like the last time I got a new 7S watch, it was an SNK 809, and that thing came out of the mailbox running in the 270s. But it had actually been produced like a year previously, so it probably had been running a little bit. So you can see the numbers are rising. $241, a little bit of beat error. I tend to find with new Seikos, they tend to have a little bit of beat error. I don't know why. I've gotten brand new ETA movements, and they're like a laser, zero beat error. But these things are unadjusted. So Seiko doesn't adjust these at all. They build them according to their geometry, and then they send them out the door. So we're going to let this, I'm going to let this run in. I'm going to wear it. And then after like probably a week or so, I'm going to go back in, and I'll probably open up the back and I'll adjust it. It's running a little low, but I mean, it's a brand new movement. It hasn't run in, hasn't done anything, and it's cold. It's freezing here. Okay, well, I'll stop making excuses for it. I'll let the numbers tell the stories. Definitely has some beat error. Definitely that can be adjusted out. Numbers are rising. The 244. And they're climbing. It's got to work its way up. But it's fun. Okay, well, I'm now going to take some time and I'm going to look at my watch without talking to people. Thanks for watching this incredibly long video. Okay, cool. Time to have some fun.